Hello, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about decluttering, minimalism, how to get stuff out of your house. Actually, no, how to not bring stuff into your house that you're going to have to manage. If you saw my video last week, I talked a little bit about the more things we have, the more things we have to manage. So the less things we have, the less we have to manage. And that is what I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to tell you the 10 things I no longer bring into my house. I don't buy them. I don't get them at a thrift store. I don't get them off of our town-wide free site. Just things that I will no longer bring into my house. Let me start off this video by saying, these are my opinions. This is stuff that I won't bring in my house. If anything on this list brings you joy and you love it and you use it on the daily and you could not live without it, then it belongs in your house. We are all different. And what brings me joy may not bring you joy. What brings you joy may not bring me joy. And that's okay. This is 100% my opinion and what I find is working for me to declutter my house, to bring peace to my house, and just to give a sense of calm because I'm not drowning in stuff. If anything on this list makes you happy, then you by all means keep doing it. Let's get started. Number one, and I was big into this, subscription boxes. I did Ipsy for the longest time. I did FabFitFun. I did some kind of snack box, a whole bunch of them. They're fun. I'm not going to deny that. They are fun. Did I get some cool stuff? I did. But I'm going to tell you, 90% of the stuff I used once and never used again, honestly. I justified it when I was getting them like, oh my gosh, I'm getting $300 worth of stuff for like 50 bucks. This is great. And then I stopped to think about it. When I started this whole decluttering, I don't want to say minimalism because I am not a minimalist. I am not. I am just really picky about what is curated in my home these days. So where was I with that? Oh, so anyway, the first thing I looked at was the subscription boxes. And I said to myself, okay, it's a $300 value for 50 bucks. Great deal. But we're just going to pull a couple things out of the air. This purse is valued at $120. It's cute, not worth 120 bucks. And I asked myself, if I saw this purse in a store, would I pay $120 for it? The answer was probably no, unless it was something special, because I do not buy a lot of design. I don't buy designer purses or anything like that. So the answer for me was no. So why was I excited about getting it in a subscription box? If I wouldn't go out and seek it out and buy it, if I didn't like it enough to do that, why do I need it in my home? You know, I'm trying to think of some other stuff I've gotten in subscription boxes, skincare and stuff. Oh man, this tube, you know, it's going to make me look 30 years younger and it's this big and it's $65. Am I going to go out and buy that? Probably not. So that's when I started thinking, okay, yeah, these subscription boxes are only 50, 60 bucks and I'm getting all this stuff. But if I am not using it, if I wouldn't go out and actively buy it, why am I doing it? Why am I even spending that $50 or $60? Because I wouldn't pay full price for it. So why am I excited that I'm getting it so cheap if I wouldn't go out and find it? Ipsy was another one. You know, it was, I think when I was doing Ipsy, it was only like $9.99 or something. I think it's gone up. Oh my gosh, every month I'd get my, you know, pink envelope and I'd be so excited, and half the stuff didn't even use. Nope. And I had all those little bags, which I did find a really good thing. We donated them to a local shelter, and they made up little, and half to a high school and half to a shelter, and they made up little feminine supply packs for girls and women. So I did find a really good use for all of those little bags, and I kept some and used them, of course, but I was getting all this makeup. Oh, you know, $10 for $100 worth of stuff. I wasn't using it. I wasn't using it. And the same thing with the snack boxes. You know, once we kind of went to this whole food eating, not going to eat half the stuff in there. So I cut out subscription boxes, said goodbye to them, and going to continue saying goodbye to them. I'm saving money, and I'm also saving clutter in my house. Number two on my list, and these are in no order. They're just when I was writing them down, no order, is skincare and makeup. I have makeup that I wear on the daily. I am very minimalist with my makeup. Hardly even have any on today because I'm filming this on a weekend, and why waste makeup on a weekend when I'm not leaving the house? Not that it's a waste on you guys, but you don't care what I look like. You don't care if I have a full face of makeup on. But I don't bring skincare and makeup products into the house regularly. I have what I wear. I buy really good quality natural cosmetics, and that's what I use. You know, I find what works for me, and that is what I stick with. So, you know, like going out and finding like the latest, you know, mascara that's going to make my eyelashes 10 feet long. I don't need that. I'm good. I'm good with what I have. And there's so many claims about that, you know, especially mascara. You know, oh, your eyelashes will be thick and they'll be long and they'll be puffy. I have crappy eyelashes, and I've tried 100 mascaras. The only thing that makes my eyelashes look good is fake ones. The only time I get fake ones is when I have my makeup professionally done. The only time I do that is generally for a wedding or a big event. So yeah, it is what it is. Same with skincare, you know, oh, so many claims. And I talked to my dermatologist about it. And, you know, she said what I'm doing is fine, using just the natural beef tallow lotions. She said a lot of the stuff is honestly bogus. And like the 3 and 4 and 5 step things, you're using number 2 because number 1's going to dry you out. You're using number 3 because number 2 is going to do this. She said a lot of them are just marketing. And that's why I just keep it simple and keep it basic now. Makeup goes bad. Skincare goes bad. And if you're not using it quick enough, I just got rid, you know, if you saw my decluttering video, I just got rid of so much makeup, and it was probably in there for 3 years because, oh, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. I opened one of the brand new mascaras that I had in there. It was like hard like shoe polish. So it does go bad. So don't keep it lying around and don't think you're going to use it, because 10 to 1, you're probably not. Now, if you are a makeup person that loves to change your look every day, that's a whole different story. But for me, where I am in my life, I have my basics, and that's what I stick with. So I am not going to get sucked into the latest TikTok trend or whatever. Number 3, gadgety appliances. Oh, let me tell you, I've gotten sucked in several times from gadgety appliances. And the one I can think of right offhand, and I know this is going to cause controversy, I know it is the mini dash waffle maker. Oh my gosh, I had to have it. Had to have it. I don't know why I had to have it, because I have a regular waffle maker. Now, does my waffle maker make a big waffle that's in 4 pieces? Yes, it does. Can I use that and just put batter in 1 section or 2 sections? Yes, I can. So why do I need the little one? It was just taking up room in my cupboard. And I found that generally when I would make my breakfast, I would use it and make 2 waffles. So I had to do it twice, and one was getting cold while the other one was cooking. Using my regular waffle maker, I can make 2 quarters at one time. Everything stays hot. And then normally there's somebody else here eating breakfast. I can make 4 quarters and we can split it. So for me, having gadgety type appliances is not worth it. I have one waffle maker and I can do everything with that. Is it a cute little circle? No, it's kind of a pizza shaped thing, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. It tastes the same. And actually it kind of tastes a little better because my waffle maker is a little bit thicker and it actually comes out better. You know, the same goes for all. I know now Dash has a million different ones with a pumpkin and a Christmas tree and a heart and probably a shamrock. I don't know. They're cute. They're adorable. They're adorable. If you got kids, they're cute. But if you have more than one kid and you're trying to make a bunch of waffles, not so cute. It's going to take you forever. And are you honestly pulling them out every holiday? Ask yourself that question. For those of you that have the heart, we'll say, for a Valentine's Day, did you pull it out and use it? When was the last time you pulled it out and used it? Think about it. So, you know, that's like the one thing I can think of. Now, as far as other appliances, like I don't feel like an Instant Pot is gadgety because I use that to make bone broth. I use that to make soups. I use it to make rice. I use it to make yogurt. That is an appliance that can do so many different things for me. So many. So to me, that's not a gadgety appliance. The same thing with the air fryer. Like some people think, oh yeah, an air fryer. I use it to reheat leftovers. We do not use our microwave very often at all. So I use the air fryer to reheat leftovers. I use the air fryer to cook. I use the air fryer to make my French fries. It gets used often in this house. So like, I mean, some people consider those gadgety appliances. I do not, but you have to do what you have to do. Just, you know, think about it before you make that purchase. Think how often you're going to use it, and do you already have something at home that can do the same job? Now I do have, and I am not knocking the Mini Dash. Like I said, it is adorable. And I have the Mini Dash egg cooker. And let me tell you, I love it. It makes farm fresh eggs so easy to peel because they're steamed. Could I do them in the Instant Pot? I could, but the Mini Dash egg cooker is quicker and I actually get better results with it. So that is a one-shot appliance that I actually do like and use. So if you use it, if you are using it once a week or more, then by all means, that's not something that you should declutter. But if it's sitting in the cabinet and you haven't touched it, think about it. Because you probably have to move it to get to other things every single time you go in that cabinet. The next thing on my list are water bottles. Yeah, I know. There was a line outside Target to buy the Stanley Valentine's Day water bottle. I got to tell you, my friends, I have a metal water cup bottle thing that Andrew got at a golf outing, as like just like that was what everybody got. Now he was working the golf outing. He was a volunteer. So it's probably not the best quality, but let me tell you something. If I put water and ice in that right now, 36 hours later, if I open it, the ice is still in there. Yep. So as long as you have something to drink your water out of, you don't need 10 water bottles. You don't need the latest one that's going to cost you $50 or whatever. Because if you need to keep your water cold for 24 to 36 hours, then apparently you're not drinking enough water. I saw that on a meme. Are the cups cute and all that? Yes. But realistically, how many do you need? How many are you using at one time? How crowded is your cabinet because you have so many? What gets pushed to the back that you don't even see, that you don't even know is back there, that you don't even use? Yep. So in our house now, everybody has one water cup and one travel mug. That is it, because that's all we need. And there are 4 people in my home. I mean, granted, Adam's at college, but still, he lives here. That's 8 cups with just each person having a cold and a hot. Now, we could probably do the cold and the hot, the same cup, but I like to kind of keep them separate. But honestly, that's enough to manage. And stuff still gets pushed to the back of the cup cabinet, and I still go to reach it and knock things over. So to me, 8 is even too much, but I will go with a hot and a cold for each person. And like I said, this is just me. It's just me. The next thing I do not buy for myself are mugs. And I think mugs are adorable and I love them, but I get so many as gifts that I don't need to buy them for myself. And the ones that I get as gifts, whether it be from my babies or whether it be from a family member or whether it be from you guys, are so much more meaningful to me than walking through Home Goods and seeing a cute mug. Because yeah, it's a cute mug, but it means nothing. When a family member gifts me a mug or when you guys send me a mug, that means something because there's generally a sentiment on it. Something that maybe reminds you of me or, whatever. And they mean something. So I will no longer buy myself mugs. I count on everybody else to do it for me. Yep, I do. The next thing are fun spices. A couple weeks ago, if you remember, I cleaned out my spice cabinet. I had so many jars of spices, mostly from Trader Joe's, that, oh my gosh, I saw it online, I saw it here, I saw it there, I have to buy it. Each one had like 3 shakes out of it. Maybe because I'm just a very basic cook, but some of the seasonings, like I bought them thinking they were so cool and never ever used them. There are 2 seasonings I use from Trader Joe's all the time, and that is the 21 seasoning salute and the onion salt. I have bought so many other ones. Oh my gosh, so many. And they're either unopened and they've expired. And yeah, I know they're probably not expired, but you do lose taste in spices as they get older. Or I opened them once, used it, and then completely forgot about it. And unless they're in front of my face, I am not going to remember because I reach into my spice cabinet for, basil and parsley and oregano and the common spices. I'm not thinking to look up in the top shelf in a box for, this special spice that I bought somewhere. It's just not me. Maybe if they were out on full display, I would use them more, but that is not my style. I am a everything hidden kind of girl. But once again, if you use them on the daily, totally different scenario. Totally different scenario. But if you have some in there that you bought 3 years ago and you haven't touched them, maybe it's time to toss them. And maybe it's time to rethink next time you grab for something on a shelf. The next thing are magazines. I've stopped all magazine subscriptions for everybody in the family. The only one that we still get is Doug gets a religious magazine called The Word Among Us. And he uses that for prayer. It's a daily thing. And he actually, that's even at work. That's not even here. He uses that at work at lunchtime. But I've stopped magazines because I got the Taste of Home magazine and a lot of their sister publications from the very, 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 very first issue. The last 5 years, I really haven't even liked Taste of Home, but I could not break that bond because, I've gotten it from the premiere issue. Well, I've solved that. Now, at the end of the year, beginning of the new year, I buy or thrift or find or Kim sends me the yearly annual. It has all the recipes in it. It's this big versus a stack of magazines. It goes on a shelf much easier to control, much easier to manage. Other magazines, I used to get, this magazine's only $5 for the year, I'm going to get it. This magazine's only $3 for the introductory, I'm going to get it. And I had these magazines, they weren't getting read. Then I would read them and think, oh, that's a good recipe, I need to save it. I would save it, I would never make it. And now, honestly, most recipes you can find online. Yeah, You don't need the hard copy in front of you. You can find them online. Now, I have ripped recipes out of magazines and I have used them. But I've proved to myself that I will, like certain recipes, I just know now. I can look at one and go, oh, pipe dream, or I can look at one and go, yeah, I'm gonna make that. So I just need to make that distinction. But without magazines coming, the clutter is gone. Like I hardly ever have to clean out my magazine rack now because it is not filled with stuff I'm not using, stuff I'm not reading, stuff I'm not enjoying. So I can probably at some point get rid of a magazine rack, but it's kind of where I keep my computer. But so yeah, magazines are something else that I no longer bring into my house. The next item I no longer bring into my house are random craft supplies. I love to watch crafters on YouTube. There's probably about 4 or 5 that I watch routinely, and I love the stuff they make. And I used to run out and run to the Dollar Tree and buy all the stuff because I was gonna make it. Did I make it? No. When I decluttered the basement, I went through my craft stuff and it made me sick. I probably got rid of hundreds of dollars worth of things because I bought them 3 years ago and forgot what I even bought them for. But you know, I saw it on YouTube and I had to go buy it because I'm gonna make that or I'm gonna do something with it. And I never did. So now, instead of buying random craft items, if I see a craft that I wanna make and I am truly going to make it, I will go out and buy what I need to make it. Now, I know with Dollar Tree, some stuff sells out, some stuff you can't get. And I just figure, well, you know what? I can either use something else and make it similar, or maybe it just wasn't meant to be. I don't beat myself up over it, but I am not going out and buying all this stuff just to have on hand in case I want to make something. Too much stuff to manage, way too much. I mean, I had bins and bins and bins and bins of Dollar Tree signs and Dollar Tree ribbon and Dollar Tree craft supplies, and I was never ever using them. Now, did I get rid of everything? No, because I know me and I know what I will use. There are certain things I know I'll use with the babies. There are certain things I know I will use for me. But the difference now is I have them here in case I want them, but I just don't go out and buy them to keep here in case I want to use them. There's the difference. And my craft room is staying much neater and cleaner and much more organized. And now I actually know what I have, so it's working for me. The next one is jewelry, costume jewelry mainly. I do partner with Ana Luisa Jewelry, and I absolutely love their jewelry. And that is pretty much all I have now, except of course for a few pieces that Doug has purchased for me or my family has purchased for me, things like that. But I no longer have 100 pair of earrings. I probably have 10. I no longer have 50 necklaces. I probably have 10. Same with bracelets. Same with everything. I just don't wear a lot of it. During the day, just during a regular weekday, I generally have in these hoop earrings or a different pair of hoop earrings or a little pair of studs. Like I said, I just have a couple pair that are my daily earrings. I wear my miraculous medal every day, and other times I'll wear this in my shirt and wear a different decorative necklace. Now, I do have some funky, chunky pieces that go with certain outfits, like dresses that I wear to weddings or things like that. I do have a couple things that I keep for that, but they're very classic and they can go with a bunch of different things, not just one outfit. Same with bracelets and everything else. I have a couple things, but for the most part, I have very classic styles, very well-made pieces of jewelry, and things that can pretty much go anywhere. And like I said, that's just me. I don't like a cluttered bedroom. I have one little jewelry stand that everything goes on. That's where I keep everything. And I have a little box that certain special things go in. Like I have my mother's pearls. They're in a special pouch, like that's lined with something or whatever, you know. But as far as like a big jewelry box or a big jewelry chest or whatever, I don't have it because I just don't. I'm home all day. I don't leave my house to go to work. And even if I did, I wouldn't be wearing like, you know, big chunky jewelry or whatever. For me, I just like classic, elegant pieces that go with everything. And for me, I only need a few of those. And I know a lot of people have a lot of fun, cool earrings and things like that, and that's great if that is what brings you joy. For me, it brings me anxiety because they'd be all over my dresser. And I like my dresser. I like my bedroom very zen and very peaceful, and I like it to be a haven where I can escape some of the craziness. And if I had all that jewelry, it would make me crazy. But if it brings you joy and makes you happy, then you go for it. Like I've said 100 times, this is my list. And the last thing is we don't buy into the latest snack crazes. And if you watch TikTok or you watch Instagram, you know there's influencers. Why are we called influencers? Because we are supposed to make you want to buy something. You know, we are supposed to do the taste tests and we are supposed to do this and that and the other thing and tell you how delicious it is and tell you how you need to have it because it's just the best thing ever. And what do? Oh my gosh, we got to go find that snack. Let's go buy it. Let's go buy it. It's going to be so good. Half the time they're not. And now with our Whole Foods journey, there's not a whole lot of fun snacks out there that fit into our style of eating. So yeah, I can't tell you how many things I have purchased, you know, because I've seen them and they are just so disappointing. They are so disappointing. And I've tried to convince myself, especially back when I was counting Weight Watcher points and in the beginning of my journey when I was into all the hacks and all the this and all the that, I can't tell you how many times I convinced myself that something was so delicious and something was so good. And I look back and go, it wasn't. Why were you lying to yourself? And I was lying to myself because it wasn't that good. But I wanted to believe it was, and I wanted to believe the hype. So now, you know, we have our standard things that we buy. I have my standard things that I make from scratch, and that is what I do. And so many times, a lot of these snacks are crazy expensive. And like I said, you buy them, and they're not very good. In my world, you can't go wrong with a good can of mixed nuts. You can't go wrong with a good, clean, like thick, crunchy pretzel or a good piece of fruit. So, but that's just me. But you know, I worry about the people who watch all of us influencers and you know, TikToks and stuff like that. And stuff's expensive, especially the stuff you buy online. Oh my goodness, you know, just because it's a, you know, 2-point bagel the size of your head, but you're paying $20 for a sleeve of bagels. There's a lot of us that can't afford that. I mean, especially with the price of groceries now, like I can get a whole week's worth of produce for $20. And I think people sometimes feel pressure, like they have to buy this stuff because that's what's going to make them successful. And that's what's going to make them lose weight. And that's what's going to make them, you know, finally stick to the program and things like that. And then they spend money they don't have when they could be spending it on, you know, good produce or whatever. So I really take a step back at anything I see on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that and think, okay, do I really want that? Is it going to fit into my eating plan? Is it really going to be that good? And why do I want to buy it? Am I saying I don't buy some stuff? No, because I do, but these days, very, very rarely. I'm more apt to make something, you know, than I am to go buy it. I'm more apt to look at something and go, you know, I could probably make that A, cheaper, and B, better. Let's give it a try. Now, it might not be, you know, 1 point for 20 pounds of something or 10 calories for 20 pounds of something, but I know that I made it. I know where it came from and all that. So to me, that kind of balances out. So that is it. They are 10 things that I no longer bring into my house. Has it helped? It absolutely has. I have so much less stuff because of this. I have empty drawers in my house. Like, seriously, I have empty cabinets, I have empty drawers, I have empty shelves because I don't feel the need to fill them anymore. I don't feel the need to have everything that Sally down the street has. Stuff does not complete me anymore. But there are things that I will always have because they bring me joy, and other people look like I have a grain mill because I use it. Other people would look and go, why the heck do you have a grain mill? Buy flour in the store. I use it. I love it. I feel it's worthy to take up space on my counter. I'm trying to think what else. I have a couple Dutch ovens. People would say, well, why do you have a couple? You only need one. Well, when I make 3 loaves of sourdough bread at a time, I need 3. And those Dutch ovens get used every single day, every day. So everybody's going to have their own thing that they have and they love. And other people are going to look and go, I think you're crazy. And that's fine. It is fine. If you love something, if it brings you joy, keep it, love it, use it. Use it. Don't keep it on the shelf waiting for that special occasion. Use it. We pulled out the china the other night when we had tacos. Yep, we ate tacos on our good china. What good is it sitting in a cabinet? Nobody's using it. Nobody's looking at it. Nobody's admiring it. My grandma saved her dimes to buy me that china when I was 12 years old. You bet your sweet bippy I'm going to use it, whether it's tacos or whether it's filet mignon. It doesn't matter. Do we use it every night? Absolutely not. But I do use it because if you just put something in a box on a shelf or in a basket on a shelf and you're not using it, then why? If it brings you joy, use it, put it out, display it. If it's in a box somewhere on a shelf and you're not looking at it, you're not using it, it's just taking up space. Think about it. Think about what I said. Ask yourself the tough questions. Make a list of things that you will no longer bring into your house. Your list may be 100% different than mine, and that's okay. That's okay. But make a list. Stick to it. Look around your house. Look around your house with fresh eyes. I know I look around my house every once in a while with fresh eyes, and I realize, you know what? I have had that picture on the wall for 10 years, and I don't really love it anymore. It doesn't bring me joy. It's kind of outdated. It's time to replace it. That's okay. You can replace it with something new. Just don't take that picture that's no longer bringing you joy and put it in the attic or put it in the basement. Get rid of it. In with the new, out with the old. So think about it, my friends. I hope I gave you some food for thought. Think about what it is you want to bring into your home. Think about what it is you don't want to bring into your home. Think about what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of. You don't have to do it all in a day. Think about it. But trust me, your home will be more peaceful. It'll be easier to keep up, and you'll just be happier. So that's all I have for you today. Leave me a comment below. Let me know something that you no longer bring into your home because you're trying to downsize a little bit. I cannot wait to read what everybody else thinks because you might give me some ideas. So thank you again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all in my next video.